BAE to me is home.
BAE to me is a home and a second family also.
I always thought of BAE as a huge family. We really go through a lot of things together.
BAE really represents the hope that things can be strong and stern and focused, but also loving in the same breath.
BAE to me is a home. BAE to me is an artistic community that really promotes kindness.
BAE to me is where I grew up and fell in love with ballet and dance.
What I love about this place is that the syllables of the school are very specific and they work really well. I think it's a great way of teaching.
BAE means the world to me. 10 years ago, I could have never dreamt to work in a place like this, and to have discovered it and been lifted up here and given the resources to be a better teacher, to be a better educator. I can't speak enough about it.
When I think of BAE and the BAE community, I think of family and support. BAE to me is just like my life and my career. I wouldn't have my career if it wasn't for BAE.
BAE started with 150 students. I actually think it was 151. And our first class had one student, but fortunately the rest of the week got better. That small nucleus was thanks to Christine Fokine, because the end of Fokine Ballet School became the beginning of Ballet Academy East. And she taught me everything I know today about running a ballet school. We started with one little studio on 79th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue. It was a beautiful little studio. It was skinny and long, so there was no diagonal. It was just a forward, back, and across. But it worked for the first 10 years of BAE. On the very first day of Ballet Academy East in September of 1979, there were two teachers. One was Francis Petrelli, and one was me teaching all the pre-ballet classes, and then Francis teaching all the others. There was one pianist, Douglas Schultz, at the piano, and it makes me very happy to this day to walk past the studios and see Francis Petrelli in the studio and Douglas Schultz at the piano 40 years later. That building was being knocked down, and that's when we came here to 92nd Street. And at first it was very scary to move from one studio to two. But we quickly grew into the space, and 2 became 3 and 3 became 5. And that's where we are today, waiting for number 6 to come along.
I think that dance builds beautiful people. I think that dance naturally draws people in who seek beauty. And from there, if ballet is taught the right way, it will sort of bloom that in a person. And I think that that's what's important about the training. It can't just be about tendus, it can't just be about the physicality, it has to be something that's going on the inside of someone. And I think it's always a high priority at BAE to have teachers that are going to nurture that little blossom that I think that everyone has inside of them through our beautiful art form. I think the ballet etiquette is one of the things that helps develop that.
We develop our dancers here with a very specific syllabus in mind that they begin learning in the primary division, and then we have levels 1 through 10. And our students are taught their very first plie at the bar, and this work ethic that they learn when they're 6 or 7 years old, it follows them all the way through until their graduation day. And I think that's really one of the things that's at the heart of having a successful program for training dancers.
We build a male dancer with perseverance, challenge, and passion. We at BAE always try to give the students tools to become a better dancers and a better human being.
BAE has impacted my life in so many different ways. It helped me become not only a better dancer, but a better person. I was able to really show who I am through my dancing after I came to BAE. BAE taught me how to respect not only the teachers, but my peers, and I learned how to act in a class and a rehearsal, and I think that's a very important part. The BAE teachers mean so much to me because all of them help me so much. Like, I'm like a whole different person.
BAE showed me the more refined side of ballet and dancing in general. Instead of the tricks or like a certain style, it's a more encompassing kind of school, and it's really given me almost like a second family here. And it's a really supportive and just amazing environment.
The syllabus is created in a way to build technique in kids safely, thoughtfully, in a space for them to really let their imaginations run wild on top of learning ballet.
BAE has just been this amazing kind of beacon, like a safety place where I know I can come. Even after I've graduated from the school, I can come back and take class. I've been given the opportunity to teach and to choreograph, to work at the desk, to work backstage. So it's really kind of been a training ground for all facets of where I want to go within the world. I never feel scared here. There's so many places in the ballet world where you are kind of pushed into this place of fearfulness, but I never feel afraid at BAE. With the faculty here and all of the teachers that I've had, they all handled me with such care and just such a commitment to excellence. And so that's allowed me to carry that mantle on in anything else that I do.
Professionally, this is where I trained and learned it all. And personally, this is where I come home to. Advice that I would give aspiring dancers: know why you love to dance. Like, really have that and carry it with you, because ballet will really knock you down, but it's easier to get back up when you love what you're doing.
Our adult students are passionate and loyal about Ballet Academy East because of all the individual attention. They don't feel pushed aside. They don't feel like this is just another place to take ballet class. They learn. They learn because we teachers here want them to learn. We want them to get better. We're passionate about that, and they feel that.
We are so proud of our alumni here. Whether they go on to dance or whether they go on to other professions, we are so proud of them. One of our accomplishments is the fact that we are represented in every major company in the United States at this point. And then we also have students, you know, when they don't go on to a professional career in ballet or dance, they go off to Stanford, Harvard, I mean, all these amazing colleges, and pursue wonderful careers. And I hope they reflect back and think that BAE was a positive experience for them and gave them the tools to succeed in the professions that they have chosen.
I think BAE has impacted my life in a career sense because it got me to be a professional ballerina like I always wanted to be. I think through training and getting to do performances and having teachers who are there to nurture and really give their all into each student and have them become the best that they could be, I think that really gave me confidence to go out into the world knowing that like I had all the tools to succeed as a dancer, and I think it really helped.
I still try at least twice a week to be the first one here. I unlock the doors, I turn on the lights, and it's very quiet, and I really am able to stop and think about how grateful I am to BAE, for the people that I work with, for all of the students that come here and are so loyal to BAE. I'm just truly grateful.
The heart of the school in many ways is the faculty, the students, the musicians, but a lot goes on behind the scenes, and those people are also very much the heart of the school, and that's the administrative staff here. Some have been here a very long time, some shorter, but they are all a tremendous team, and they are the engine at the back of the train that make everything go.
I have loved ballet since my very first step into a studio at age 8. I honestly think that I had almost a magical experience when I went and stood at the bar for the first time. And that magical feeling is still there today. It's never left me. It's nice to look back on 40 years, knowing that it's a milestone, but it's also not the end of anything. It still feels like we're moving forward every day, and hopefully there'll be another 40 years to look back on at some point in the future. The most prevalent feeling I get when I think back on 40 years is gratitude. How lucky am I to be part of something so beautiful?